tell us, who is the father of Brahma? Who is the mother of Vishnu? Who is Shankar's grandfather? To know the answer to all these questions, please listen the Nectar Discourse Satsang of Jagadguru Tattvadarshi Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, based on the holy scriptures of all holy religions.
With the grace of the Supreme Father God Kabir, complete Brahma, we got to hear this Satsang today, very virtuous. Creatures get a human body. Even more virtuous is one who receives Satsang by souls. You all are amongst those virtuous souls. You are special and dearest souls of God who are listening to the Satsang. By coming to the Satsang, we get knowledge that why are we born? If we are born, then why do we die? We spend whole life in collecting things, got a house, constructed, purchased something else, bought a motorcycle, and we collect many other things, and then we die and life ends. We keep thinking this whole life that this house is mine, this family is mine, this son is mine, this daughter is mine, this car is mine, this bungalow is mine. This body is cremated immediately after death, and no one knows where the soul goes. So how was it ours? How did it belong to us? Every creature has this knowledge that death is a very bad thing, and everyone is afraid of death, but death is compulsory. Why is this happening with us? We are afraid of death. To protect our body, we even sell our property and utilize it in our treatment so that our life should continue. And even after doing everything, death has to happen one day. And this death bothers us. No one likes it. What is the reason for this? If we stress our mind and think, focus our mind, then we do not see any option. Because we used to see that those whom we consider as God, Sri Ram, Sri Krishna, also died, and if we see their death, then it happened in a wrong way even compared to a common person. Lord Sri Ramchandra Ji took samadhi in water of Saryu river. Lord Krishna Ji was killed by a poisonous arrow in the feet. So now we are compelled to think why this is happening. Earlier we did not give much weightage because we used to think that death will happen, but not now. Someone is aged 20 years, someone is 30 years, thinks I will not die now. I am told to have the age in 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and ask those who have reached the 80s, 90s. They also do not want death. They say there are still 10, 20 years more. We live for at least 100 years, and death happens at any time, so our estimate turned out to be wrong. Our estimate is an estimate of a creature. It is an approximation. So for this we have to follow that knowledge given by God. Only then we will be successful. Now we do not like death at all, but death happens. What is the reason for this? We have come from such a place where death did not happen, nor was old age there. The soul does not like old age after attaining human life, but it is compulsory. Does not like death, but it will compulsorily happen. So, it was not there from where we have come after committing the mistake. Now, even if someone is 70 or 80 years old, they also think that I should look young. Somebody is a millionaire or a politician, money is in abundance, they go abroad and get their skin treatment done. In foreign, they get makeup done on their face, get surgeries so that they may look young. For how many days will the surgery be successful? And then he may die by a bullet, may be killed in an accident, then that makeup goes in vain. We could not get to know the benefit that we were supposed to get from this perishable body, how to make the best use of it. We used to live in such a world where there was no old age, used to remain young forever, and death never used to happen. And until we reach that place back, this disease will not be finished. This problem cannot be solved. For that, the information is given in the Satsang. What is being said?
तू कौन कहाँ से आने फंदा, देखो आगे बेरानी क्यों जलता। तू कौन कहाँ से आने फंसा, यहाँ आगे बेरानी क्यों जलता। चल थीर करूं अवगत नगरी, जहाँ चोर सुहंगम अजब ढूरता।
What is being said? Where did you come from and got trapped here and suffering here? And God is saying that let me take you where the soul never dies. Come to that world, going where death will never happen. That is Satlok. We all have come from Satlok. And how did we come here? What mistake did we commit? God Himself came and reminded us. Because the mistake that we had made there, we were not considering it as a mistake. Whatever mistake we used to do in Satlok, we did not consider that mistake as a mistake. That's why we didn't even realize to date what mistake we did, because of which the suffering is happening to us here. So this information is given to you. In the Satsang, God Himself has come and told this knowledge which is being provided to you. Virtuous souls, this immortal story that is being narrated to you is the Satyanarayan story. And the stories that we had heard before were not Satyanarayan stories. The meaning of Satyanarayan Katha is Satyanarayan. Sat means imperishable, which is never destroyed. True God, true Sahib. We call him Sat Sahib. And earlier we used to call him Satyanarayan. What is the meaning of Narayan? God who is seated on the water. That supreme God who is Narayan is Kabir Dev, Kabir Sahib. One who comes and sits above the water on the lotus flower is Satyanarayan. He is the imperishable God. We call him Sat Sahib, like Sahib. It is said he is so and so Sahib. He is the minister, Prime Minister Sahab. We call Sahib while speaking. It sounds good to speak Sahib. So call him Sat Sahib or Sat Sahib. It is the same thing. So Sat Sahib means God, Satyanarayan. Satyanarayan God. Sat means true, imperishable. So whom we considered as Satyanarayan and used to listen and narrate their stories, they were not Satyanarayan. They were not imperishable like Vishnuji. Shri Vishnuji, Shri Brahmaji, Shri Shivji were perishable. So till now we had neither the knowledge of Satyanarayan nor of Satlok. It has been said in Gita Ji chapter 18, verse 62 that Arjun, by all means you go to the shelter of that Supreme God. With His grace only you will attain supreme peace and eternal supreme abode. By grace of the same Supreme God, the eternal supreme abode and supreme peace is attained. As long as there is birth and death, the soul cannot have peace. You see, any creature on this earth, no one is in peace. We used to think that the kings would be very happy. There is no human on the earth as sad as them. Believe it to be true. It is not possible for them that they don't rule because it is written in their destiny. It is luck. They have previous virtues. As a result of those virtues, they have got this problem. Just like the head of a small family in which there are 5-7 members, how stressed he remains in making arrangements for them. Somebody has fallen ill, have to buy clothes for someone, have to pay someone's fees. Then someone is to be married. If the marriage does not happen, then he worries, then there will be further problems. If there is no son, then there is problems. So the point is he remains unhappy nurturing his small family even in dreams, and the king becomes the head of a very big area. He becomes the father. The king is the father of the public. And how much worried he remains. If some area is flooded, then the king gets shocked. If there is an accident somewhere, then he has a problem. Somewhere he has to build something, somewhere the unrest has spread. Some MLA is thinking of breaking up and he is not able to sleep. So God says that there is no peace here to any creature. The poor think rich are happy. Rich people think the king is happy. The king thinks that it is told there will be happiness in heaven. Believe this to be true. These kings do not have happiness even in dreams. He is not happy and they think there is happiness in heaven. The useless things which we consider as pleasure are not happiness. God says,
झूठे सुख को सुख कहे ये मान रहा मनमोद, ये सकल जबीना काल का कुछ मुख में कुछ गोद। बेटा जाया खुशी हुई बहुत बजाए थाल, ये तो आना जाना लगा हुआ है जो कीड़ी का नाड़।
Now the kings think that there will be happiness in heaven. Now see the misery of the gods of heaven. Read their history in the Puranas. Sometimes there is a war of demons and deities, gods and devils, monsters. Sometimes the gods were defeated. Sometimes the demons were defeated. Indra, who is the king of heaven, ran away leaving the throne and demons occupied heaven. He is wandering hungry and thirsty somewhere in the forest. And Indra thinks that Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh would be happy. They are the head of one department each in 3 worlds. How happy are Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh? Shri Krishna Ji, Shri Ramchandra is the incarnation of Shri Vishnu Ji. When Shri Vishnu Ji took birth in the form of Shri Ramchandra Ji in the house of King Dashrath, became young. As soon as he became young, he got married. Immediately after marriage, he was exiled. During exile, Sita was abducted of her, his wife. Ravan kidnapped her, and then there was a war with Ravan. Virtuous souls, millions of people died there. Then Sita returned once back. They celebrated a lot. Lamps of ghee, clarified butter were lit in the city when Sita and Sri Ram returned. After a few days, Shri Ramchandra Ji himself expelled Sita. On what issue? A washerman taunted. He was threatening his wife during the night because of some arguments between both. The washerman's wife left and went to her family. Then when he got her back, he was threatening that I will not keep you at home. Where have you been for 3 days? I am not like the son of Dashrath. She stayed there for 12 years with Ravan and still brought her back home. Shri Ramchandra Ji was the king of Ayodhya. Earlier, the kings used to know the sorrows and pleasures of their people themselves. During the night, disguising themselves, they used to roam around. When he listened sound coming from the house, he stood there to listen. He got to hear that I am not like Ramchandra, the son of King Dashrath, whose wife remained with Ravan, still has kept her in the house. You leave my house in the morning. Hearing this, Shri Ramchandra Ji expelled Sita Ji, threw her out of the house, and said that the people of the city are taunting me, and I cannot listen to this. Pious souls, when Ramchandra Ji brought Sita Ji after killing Ravan and gave the kingdom of Lanka to Vibhishan, then Shri Ramchandra Ji had said that I will take your exam. And if you will be successful in the exam, then I will take you, otherwise I will not take. I will burn you in the fire. If you will be burnt in the fire, then I will understand that you were tarnished. You have surrendered to Ravan, and if you do not burn in the fire, then considering you to be pure, I will take you along with me. The same was done. Sita was made to sit in the fire, and there were thousands of spectators. Sita Ji did not burn, and everyone said, God, she is spotless. Mother is pure. And after taking such a harsh test, he had brought her back home. Then on one person's taunt, Shri Ramchandra Ji expelled his wife. Where did his judgment go? So, they were not even worthy of being a king and were considered as gods. He expelled a pregnant woman to die anywhere, may go anywhere. What was this? Then what was the need to take the test? Then why got so many killed? He should have left her with Ravan and let her live with him. Virtuous souls, God Kal is the king here. And he does not want the creatures to come to know about God, due to which he has proved them to be gods through his fake messengers. Then what happens in the end? Shri Ramchandra ji left the horse of Ashwamedh Yagya for the rule of the whole earth. Whoever holds this horse should fight with me. His sons held the horse. Sita ji gave birth in the hut of sage Valmiki. After leaving, one son was in the womb, the second one was created. Because of the misunderstanding of Valmiki ji, from the grass, that is, from Kusha, a boy was created from grass. This is a different story I will tell later. They became famous by the name Love and Kush. Love was born from Sita's womb. Kush was created by the spiritual powers of Valmiki ji. Love and Kush were young. They held the horse of Shri Ramchandra ji. Then there was a war between the father and sons. Both defeated Ram. Still Sita ji could not come to him, and she got inside the earth. And Shri Ramchandra ji took samadhi in the water in the Saryu river, which was flowing alongside Ayodhya because of this sorrow. Now look at the history of Shri Krishna ji, an incarnation of Shri Vishnu. Shri Krishna ji, after suffering in the life form of Shri Ramchandra ji, the same soul took birth in the form of Shri Krishna. The whole life Shri Krishna remained sad, was born in jail. Mother and father were imprisoned. Sometimes maternal uncle became enemy. Sometimes Putana tried to kill. Sometimes Kesi, sometimes Chanor became the enemy. At times Jara Singh came to fight. Sometimes there is a war with Shishupal. Arguments are happening at times. Kallevan is coming. Shri Krishna ji renounced Mathura because of this misery and started living in such a place where no one could reach. Wise people think that protection is better than fight. Peace is better than quarreling. Shri Krishna ji could have killed all of them because he is a departmental minister in one Trilok. There is a special power. In the creature he had the power within. But he thought, who all should I kill? Here everyone's mind is washed out. Then Shri Krishna ji made Dwarka. There was an island in the middle of the sea which had only one gate, Dwarika, the city of one gate. Thinking that first no one would come this far, we are going to such a place, and even if someone comes there, then we can face them all from one side. So there was one gate. The other three sides of it was water. Shri Krishna ji went there, spent most of his life there. He stayed here for a maximum of 18 or 20 years in Mathura. The rest, he lived in Dwarka. Shri Krishna ji lived for about 200 years, and he spent rest of his time in Dwarka. Now these fake saints, sages, these gurus misled us that one should walk around Govardhan and must go to Vrindavan, must go to Mathura. There our God performed spectacles. His lotus feet touched it, used to roam there, used to take bath. Hey, Shri Krishna ji stayed there for only 20 years in Mathura. The remaining 180 years he remained in Dwarka. There remains no trace of Dwarka. That's why Dwarka was destroyed and drowned in the sea. After the death of Shri Krishna ji, the Yadavas were destroyed. They died fighting with each other, and the rest of the women who were left were brought by Arjuna. Dwarka became empty. After that, Dwarka drowned by sea. Dwarka had gone inside sea. The reason was that God thought that they would come here again so far to waste time. That's why even its trace was erased. If there was Dwarka today, these fakes would have said that God had lived in Dwarka. We should go there. A lot of good deeds will accumulate. There was annihilation in that Dwarka. All the Yadavas had died, were chopped. Even today there are many devotees who go there. The point is that in absence of spiritual knowledge, a man wanders. Due to the absence of true spiritual knowledge, a creature wanders sometimes in Mathura, sometimes in Kashi. Then how did Sri Krishna Ji's end happen in front of Sri Krishna Ji? The entire Yadav family died fighting amongst themselves. Grandsons, great-grandsons, relatives died, were chopped, fought amongst themselves. Seeing the whole scene, seeing that total disaster, then Sri Krishna died. If even one family member dies, then the other gets a heart attack. That person goes mad crying. So, virtuous souls, to date we had not received the Satyanarayan story. And this is a true story. Satyanarayan means true God, and the true stories and tales of the true God. So, the ongoing subject is God had told that as long as you are in birth and death cycle, there cannot be happiness, there cannot be peace. Now, Indra thinks that Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh will be happy. You know about Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, how many disasters happened to Sri Ram Ji, Sri Vishnu Ji, Sri Krishna Ji. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh think that God is someone else. We are not happy. Now the point is that Satyanarayan Katha. Satyanarayan means the imperishable God. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh are not Satyanarayan. Considering Sri Vishnu Ji as Satyanarayan, we used to hear narrate his story. Let me show you. Sri Brahma Ji, Sri Vishnu Ji, Sri Shiv Ji were not Satyanarayan. These are not immortal gods, they were mortal. Their birth death happens. I will show you a glimpse. An indication is sufficient to intelligent. Look, Srimad Devi Bhagvat, published by Gita Press, Gorakhpur. Hanuman Prasad Poddar, Chiman Lal Goswami are the editors. From where has this been printed? This is published and printed by Gita Press, Gorakhpur, Govind Bhavan Office, Institute of Kolkata. I will show you a glimpse of this on page 123, third part. Third part. God Vishnu Ji is praising his mother Durga Ji and saying that you are a pure figure. This whole world is arising from you only. I, Vishnu, Brahma and Shankar, we all exist by your grace. Our Avirbhav and Tirobhav happen. Aha. Avirbhav means birth and Tirobhav means death. Our birth and death happen. Only you are eternal. You are the universal mother, Jagat Janani, goddess Prakriti, Sanatani goddess. This Durga is also called Prakriti. Remember this. It will help you in Gita Ji. God Shankar said, Goddess, if the greatly fortunate Vishnu has taken birth from you, then Brahma, who was born after him, must also be your son only. Ah. And then am I Shankar, who does tamoguni responsibilities, is also your child? That is, you only have given birth to me. This is clear. God Shankar says, when Brahma is born, after that I was born, so am I not your child? You only are my creator, Shiva. You are very clever in the world's creation. The same Durga is called Shiva. Your powers are always present everywhere in the world's creation, preservation and destruction. Born of these three gunas, qualities, we Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar, Rajguna Brahma, Satguna Vishnu, Tamguna God Shankar, remain devoted to work according to the regulations. Now this pious Puran, this Srimad Devi Bhagavad Puran has cleared four concepts. One, that Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh are mortal, their birth and death happen, they are not Satyanarayan. Two, Durga is the mother of all three. Three, Rajguna is Brahma, Satguna is Vishnu and Tamoguna is Shiv. And four, the concept is clear that they can only do allocated work, that is, they can provide only as per destiny. If there are sorrows, then they will only provide sorrow, they cannot change anything. If there is happiness in your destiny and if you worship them, then they will grant you that without interruption. But if there is sorrow destined for you, then they cannot change karma, they cannot destroy any kind of bad deeds, neither can they destroy the accumulated karma, nor can they destroy the destined karma, and nor the functional karma that we are doing, they cannot change that as well. Like the war of Mahabharata happened. Shri Krishna ji tried a lot, that is Vishnu ji, that this war should not happen. Despite his complete efforts, the war took place. So the functional karma could also not be spared. They could not change it. How much devastation happened? Crores of people were killed. Those entire sins were added to the account of Pandavas. They could not even cut off the destined karma. How will they cut off the others? Like in the form of Sri Ram. Sri Ram Chandra ji had killed Sugriva's brother Bali. By deceiving him, by hiding behind the tree, hit an arrow. He had to pay that back, had to bear the punishment of that karma. That karma was written in his destiny in the form of Sri Krishna. The soul of Bali became a hunter and the soul of Sri Ram became Sri Krishna, and Krishna ji was killed by a poisonous arrow shot by that hunter. So they had to suffer their own karma. Those gods whose glory we used to sing, those whom we used to call omnipotent, were also not found to be almighty. They were not even found eternal because their birth and death happens. Who is their father? Their father is Kal from Brahma. Virtuous souls, in the Satsang, God is reminded. The situation of the soul and the Supreme Soul is explained. Which actions are good and which are bad is told, and the one who joins the mission, who wants God, is strictly told that you will not commit these sins. If you do not do this, then you will be successful. This is the truth. Then your functional actions also get changed. Like someone drinks alcohol, steals someone misbehaves or does some nuisance, all those evils are made to quit. All those functional karmic actions are also changed. Even if some big misery is destined for you, then God lightens that and destroys.
परमेश्वर शरण में आने से आई टले बला, और जय मस्तिष्क में जय भाग्य में सूली हुआ काटे में टल जा.
If death penalty is written in your destiny, then by pricking a thorn or by hitting your toe, God saves by lightening it this much. God, Kabir, destroys the sinful deeds written in your destiny and the accumulated karmas which have been deposited in your account are destroyed. What is being said? God comes and glorifies himself.
जब ही सतनाम हृदय धरो, भयो पाप को नाश। जैसे चिंगारी अग्नि की भाई पड़े पुराने घास।
Our accumulated karmas are piled up. Now you have got the true worship that must be done by abandoning this true worship. Whichever practice we used to do was arbitrary and devoid of scriptures. That was against the law of God. It has been written in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, verse 23, that Arjun, who abandons the scriptures and practices arbitrary, that is, does arbitrary worship which is not in accordance to the scriptures, then neither he attains salvation, nor does he get any happiness, nor does he get any accomplishment. That is, it is useless. And only for these three outcomes we do devotion to God. And there is no benefit gained from those arbitrary practices that are done by abandoning the scriptures. So, with those practices, good virtues did not develop. The devotional earnings were not accumulated with the arbitrary worship that was not in accordance with the scriptures which we used to do instead of virtues. Only sins increased. The world in which we are living in is the world of Kal. There is no happiness here. Here, it's only cruelty. Because whose name is Kal, who is the butcher, then how can there be happiness? Now, he himself says in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, verse 32, that Arjun, I am Kal, and I have appeared now to destroy everyone. Arjun tells in chapter 11, verse 21 that, O God, you are even eating deities and even sages. And these sages are folding hands in front of you. May your well happen. Forgive us. You are even eating them. He says, I am Kal. I will not leave anyone. And even if you will not fight, then also I will kill them. I have already killed them, virtuous souls, who himself says I am Kal, and we consider him God. We were worshipping snakes. Shri Krishna was not Kal. Shri Krishna ji never called himself Kal earlier, and not even afterward he said, I am Kal. This Kal is the Lord of 21 universes and is the father of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Durga is the mother of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Brahma has been cursed. Call him Brahma or Kal. He is also called Kal from Brahma. Because of that curse, he eats 1 lakh human beings daily. For this, he has trapped us here like the butcher keeps goats. He gives all the facilities to those goats, like he makes a fence on all sides so that some wild animal may not eat them, and made pastures all around in which many plant straw thorns are grown. A pond is built, a shed of grass and straw is put up. That is, a hut is made of grass. If they feel cold, they can come below it. If it rains, then they can stand beneath, and the fodder is available in abundance. Now those goats think how good our master is, how much facilities he has given to us. He has given grass to eat, has provided pasture, and has made a pond. Now, goats are only that much intelligent, they forget that time when from he gets an order of 20 goats or 10 goats. So what does he do? He takes a stick and selects the healthy goats. Now amongst them, someone's son may be slaughtered or someone's daughter may be chopped. Mother might be chopped or father. He does not care. He does not bother that there is someone's mother or father. The mother will cry. Her children will cry. He brings them out and does not think. It doesn't come into his mind. He has to select the healthy ones and gets them slaughtered. The same is happening to us here. You see that the whole family dies in an accident, in some natural calamity. The whole area is destroyed in an earthquake. In some families, 4 family members die, 5 die, 3 out of 6 die, in some 4 die. Only children survive and someone's father was saved. This is our situation here, like that of butcher's goats, and we think how good God is. He has provided such good earth. There are various types of fruits, cashews, raisins, apples and oranges. Somewhere there is a waterfall, the river is flowing, there is water below, there is a nice environment. And we produce children. He eats, but he could not think what is this happening with us. Because he has made our intellect so small, has fit us in such a body that we cannot think much. In this, at times, something or the other is happening, some disease happens, some tension, 100 types of problems in it. God came and provided this knowledge that you are living here in the world of Kal and are searching for happiness. So the ongoing topic is that they cannot destroy the sinful karmas and they themselves also suffer punishment. This God Kal is the father of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. And those who ignore scriptures and behave arbitrarily. So we are living in such a world that if we do spiritual practice according to the scriptures, then some virtues will be gained. But sins will also happen in parallel, so they will be written separately until we come under the shelter of Supreme Venerable Kabir Dev, and that too through the Supreme Saint. You will not be able to get connected with God through fake saints, even though they are also called Kabir Panthi, because they do not have those mantras with which God can provide us benefits. Now, if someone cuts the crops with an axe, then it is not a proper way. It is useless. If you want to cut the crop, then you need a sharp sickle. That will cut it quickly in 1 hour, and he might continue with the hammer for 10 days. It goes in vain. So if the procedure to attain God should be correct, then God is attained. The ongoing subject is that the world in which we are living in is the world of such ruthlessness. For survival, one has to go somewhere. On the way, do not know how many animals are crushed under your feet. Insects, beings are crushed. This is known, but we cannot escape. And God tells that
पृथ्वी ऊपर पग जो धारे और करोड़ जीव एक दिन में मारे.
Now the point is that what worship we used to do by ignoring the scriptures, with that virtues did not develop. Because it was against the scriptures and sins developed on their own.
आइए अब हम उन श्रद्धालुओं के अनुभव जानते हैं जो जगत गुरु तत्वदर्शी संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी से दीक्षा प्राप्त कर चुके हैं तथा उनके द्वारा बताए गए भक्ति मार्ग पर चल रहे हैं.
नमस्कार सर.
नमस्कार सर जी.
Sir, what is your name?
Rajinder Singh Jadon and I am from Bhatinda, Punjab.
When did you join Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj?
I joined him on 10th August 2014.
Before joining Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj, what kind of spiritual practice did you do?
Sir, since 1997, when I started my married life till 2014, we were troubled by the spirits and we worshipped Balaji. We worshipped the Mehndipur Balaji. Our children tonsured in Mehndipur Balaji and the ghost would speak to us in our house. We tried to get rid of the ghost through the tantric, but that couldn't happen. Then after, at Naukha in Rajasthan, there was a devotee of Mehndipur Balaji who gave something spelled and said, "Take it, this will repel the ghost." But as I stepped into my home, the ghost warned me that the spelled object item you have brought to repel me is useless, and the ghost held my hand and took me into the temple in the house. And that ghost broke the statue of Mehndipur Balaji on his chest and said, "I am now stronger than whom you are worshipping." That day I came to know that there is a power beyond gods and goddesses, either a Satan or some other divine power. So,
Sir, what kind of devotional practices you were involved in?
to visit Islamic shrine in Hanumangarh, Sangria. We spent a lot of money, but there we didn't get any benefit. I went to Mod Mandi, Punjab, but didn't get any benefit. I went to Sikandra Rao in Uttar Pradesh. Even there I didn't get any relief.
Sir, you were already doing a lot of worship of different gods. Then why did you go to the Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj's refuge? What was the reason that pushed you to take the shelter of Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj?
Sirji, I didn't know who Sant Rampal Ji was. Coincidentally, I came to know about Sant Rampal Ji when a devotee whose name was Vipin, he knocked on our door at 8 a.m. in the morning. He offered me a book on which I had an argument with my family. So I said, "Our lives are already ruined visiting these Babas. We don't believe them." So he said, "Take this book, it's just for rupees 10. Thinking that 10 rupees is just small amount, so I gave it to him. I took the book and left it on my bed. And I left for Gujarat by driving my car. When I came back from Gujarat, within 10 days, I saw that my wife has finished reading the book and she had also matched the book with the scriptures. We had also been worshipping Asaramji from 2007 till 2014 for 7 years. So my wife said that she had the true experience of devotion while reading the book, after which she had discarded all the other religious books. Our path of worship was not right. So on 10th August 2014, we went to Satlok Monastery and we took initiation.
Sir, as you mentioned that you followed Asaram Bapu for 7 years and then you came to the refuge of Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj. So what difference did you notice in both the saints and why did you feel that Saint Asaram Ji was not right for you?
Asaramji's spiritual practice wasn't right for me because earlier my vehicle was crashed 3 times. I had 176 yards of land. I had houses alongside the main roads of 30 feet road and 26 feet road which I had to sell to repay the debt. Despite selling the land, 7 lakh rupees remained in debt which I incurred from accident. I was ruined and had to go to rented house. But when we got the Gyan Ganga book, everything changed. I took initiation from Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj as I did not have any Guruji in the past. My wife was religious, but I had no Guru. So I felt that the knowledge of Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj might be true and maybe it will help us to lead a better life. Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj's knowledge is based on our scriptures, and what Saint Asaram Bapu was promoting was based on Lok Veda. It had no evidence in the scriptures. There was no evidence in scriptures.
Sir, as you said that Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj gave the proven knowledge and gave the right method of worshipping. So we want to know that what benefit you got after doing the spiritual practice given by Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj.
My house was sold before, but after joining Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, I not only brought land but also built a house with 2 floors. So this was the first benefit. Okay, then 3 years ago, I got my children's head Ramayani. I had no idea what is Ramayani. But Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj said that Ramayani stands for marriage in saint's language. And since then, there is peace in my home and there is no ghost or spirit with us now. Secondly, my vehicle had caught on the Muktasar Jalalabad highway. On 26th July 2018, just 2 days before the last year appearance day. So as the vehicle was caught, all the papers of my vehicle had taken by the RTO of Ganganagar. So I prayed that I may not visit you on your appearance day. So suddenly I heard, the owner of the vehicle has got a recommendation. So I was searching for that voice. This is Forrest.
But at that same time, I saw Saint Rampal ji himself came on a scooter and went to the RTO office. By this time, the gunman has reached to my place asking me what load I was carrying.
So he instructed me to bring all the documents and of vehicle and goods. You will be challaned. Then I saw that Saint Rampal ji Maharaj himself came and spoke to the RTO officer for a minute. And in that, while he came to me, I was sitting on a chair. I thought, how can this be possible? Saint Rampal ji is in jail right now. So how is it possible that he is here then? My brain stopped working saying all this. I again said it to myself that how is this possible? That moment, Saint Rampal ji came and instructed to the gunman to release my vehicle. And after hearing this, I was sitting in my vehicle and the gunman was standing down and he asked me to get my vehicle's papers. And the gunman moved towards the RTO office and the Saint Rampal ji moved towards Muktasar in the dark as it was 4 o'clock in the morning. So the gunman went to the RTO office and told them to release my vehicle. This was another benefit I got. Thirdly, I had a lot of debt, but now I have my own property that's around 5 to 6 lakh rupees. My property has increased. Before I was in debt. Another thing is that once I had an acute pain in my disc. It was very painful. So I couldn't even walk and move my body. This happened while I was in Hanumangarh, Rajasthan on appearance day. So instead of being troubled by the pain, I thanked God. In a way, what has happened for good cause. Now I can't drive any vehicle, so I will sell my all cars and sit at home and do the devotional practice. It was good. Then after 3 to 4 hours, the pain gradually disappeared and I didn't have to spend single penny on neither medicine or doctor. Fifthly, my wife, who was suffering from piles and leukorrhea disease, is now completely healthy without any medicine after taking initiation from Saint Rampal ji. Till now, there is peace in my life. We all are living a healthy and happy life. And another thing, I have a shop on the ground floor of my house. So once what happened, my son kept some money. In the evening, the money was around 4,000 rupees in the cash box. So I took 1,500 out of it as I had to give it to someone. In the evening, when my son came home, he asked me whether anyone took money from cash box. I replied, yes, I took it. So he said that there is not less money, there is 4,000 rupees in the cash box. So there we were benefited with 1,500 rupees. And then once someone stole our diesel from my vehicle in Ganganagar. My son informed me that someone has stolen our diesel. I told him, let it go if someone has stolen it. I said, let it go. So surprisingly, we got more mileage from same diesel. Let's say if 50 liters of diesel was stolen, which was an average of 3.5 or 4, the remaining diesel gave us an average of 300. Now, God only knows whether he had increased the diesel or the mileage, only he knows, but we did not suffer any loss.
Sir, as you mentioned about Ramayani, you married off your children and you called it Ramayani. A simple marriage ceremony is conducted by Saint Rampal ji Maharaj, which is called Ramayani. Sir, tell us how this simple marriage ceremony is done.
Even we didn't know about the Ramayani of Sant Rampal ji Maharaj. This is a marriage ceremony of 17 minutes. They call it Ramayani or marriage. It's only a matter of language. In this marriage ceremony, neither dowry is given nor taken. In this marriage ceremony, there is no celebration, no music, no guests, no expenses, and no rituals are followed. A girl and a boy simply go there and get married under the process of Ramayani, which is created by Guruji, and it ends in 17 minutes. The bride and groom just take Guruji's blessing and start their new life.
You said that after joining Saint Rampal ji Maharaj, you received countless benefits. Today that saint is in jail. He is accused of treason. What would you like to say about it?
If Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj is in jail, then who was the person who came to rescue my vehicle? First of all, you inquire about that. You will be clear about it that the person who came to rescue me on 26th June 2018, who was he then? It is the Kabir God who has come on this earth in the form of human, and he has hidden all his powers. And whenever he comes,
Sir, how devotees would believe in Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj?
people will trust Saint Rampal Ji. When Kabir Sahib came on this earth about 600 years ago, then he played his part by hiding all his powers. If he would want, he could have revealed all his powers within a moment, but he did preach as a common man and distributed his knowledge.
Sir, as Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj is in jail right now, despite that, followers are increasing day by day. So, what is the reason behind it? Whereas Saint Rampal Ji is in jail.
The devotion practice that Saint Rampal Ji is giving us has the right mantra, and there is so much power in that mantra, which is also proven by other prominent saints like Garib Das, Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj, Mirabai, Nanak Sahab, etc. They have also chanted this mantra. We are getting the complete benefit in our lives through this mantra.
People who want to join Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj even today, how can they take the initiation from him?
Anyone who wants to join Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj can watch his discourses on Sadhana TV between 7:30 to 8:30, and at the bottom of the TV screen a yellow strip runs where one can find contact number of initiation centers. They can call up on given numbers and follow the instructions.
Thank you.
Sat Sahib, Sat Sahib.
आप सुन रहे थे जगत गुरु तत्वदर्शी संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी के मंगल प्रवचन। अधिक जानकारी के लिए विजिट कीजिए हमारी वेबसाइट www.jagatgururampalji.org। संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी के शुभ आशीर्वाद से पूरे विश्व भर में 500 से भी ज्यादा नाम दीक्षा केंद्र हैं, जिन पर संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी द्वारा ऑनलाइन निशुल्क नाम दीक्षा दी जा रही है। अपने नजदीकी नाम दीक्षा केंद्र का पता करने के लिए संपर्क करें 8222